Hello and welcome to Style Woodbridge. I'm your host Samantha Roth, and today we're on Main Street to check out Float into Wellness and the Salt Lounge and Sauna Spa right here in Woodbridge. Now, flotation therapy has become very popular as of late, but what makes this location extra special is that it's also home to a Himalayan salt room and infrared saunas, aka the trifecta of holistic therapies. So join me as I check this place out. First stop, the Himalayan salt room. Nikki Reiser, the owner of Float into Wellness and the Salt Lounge and Sauna Spa here in Woodbridge on Main Street. Nikki, thank you so much for giving us your time today.
Thank you for coming. Your team, you, wonderful. It's nice to have you.
Great. So, Nikki, we just experienced, my coworker Gina and I, 30 minutes in your salt room. It's also called Halo Therapy, is that?
Yes, so the salt room is a Himalayan salt room, and the process that you were sitting through is called Halo Therapy or Spilotherapy. Basically, we have technology that it's called a halogenerator, and it breaks down therapeutic grade salt into microparticles, and that's dispersed in the air so that your body can absorb that in. And salt is antimicrobial, antifungal, and antibacterial. So your body's absorbing this salt in, and it's going into your lungs, into your respiratory system, and basically cleaning it out.
Very interesting. So people that can benefit from this would be people with seasonal allergies, all allergies.
Yes.
Asthmatics. I mean, I know I'm asthmatic, and that's why I'm really excited to see what kind of effect this has on me. Personally, I felt a little bit of like nasal drip maybe going on, a little bit of pressure in my sinuses, but I'm thinking that's pressure before it's going to release type of situation. So it was definitely a very relaxing experience. I know some people, I feel like the biggest question, and even what I was kind of thinking while I was doing it, is what am I supposed to be doing? Like, do you need to relax while you're in here, or can you be talking?
It's really either or. We rent the room out for private parties, business meeting, girls' nights out, friend and family sessions. So you can, be chit-chatting and things like that. But in our typical public sessions, what's wonderful is we're asking it to be a phone-free, technology-free zone. You see, we have very comfortable chairs that you can sit up or relax in. We provide you with a blanket. It's almost like you can give yourself permission to take a nap or take a rest for a half hour or 45 minutes, depending on how long your session is. So there's nothing you have to do. It's just another layer of having that relaxation. The salt is doing all the work for you. So you can clear up a cold, flu, sinus infection, bronchitis, anything going on in the body. Just simply relaxing.
Amazing.
Yeah, and what's great too, respiratory conditions, it's well known for, but it's also known for skin conditions. So eczema, psoriasis, and acne, like these three big skin conditions that plague a lot of people. All they have to do is come in and do some sessions.
I mean, it's a fantastic resource to have right here in Woodbridge, and like I said in my opening, it's like the trifecta of holistic therapies. We have the salt room, we have the infrared, we're gonna go see in the sauna, and the float tank, which is huge now. So tell me a little bit about what we're gonna do next, which is the infrared sauna. What is that type of therapy?
Well, I'm really excited about the infrared sauna. It was kind of like an extra. We already had this float room we knew we were doing. We're bringing in this Himalayan salt room, and we had this extra space, but we didn't quite know what would be, like you said, to make the trifecta. And as we were shopping for the salts, we saw this thing called an infrared sauna with Himalayan salts. And we said, oh, let's look into this. And sure enough, in your sauna cabin, so let me clarify, your sauna cabin is private. Of course, you can bring a guest, you can do couples, best friends, mother, daughter, or go solo. In your cabin, we have the Himalayan salt bricks stacked as well.
Oh, wow.
So Himalayan salt, when salt itself, just like when you're at the beach, you're releasing these negative ions, which cause you to feel happy and relaxed, which is why people always feel great when they even just walk on a boardwalk. So now that's in the sauna cabin. Besides the salt, that's a small part of the cabin. Our infrared saunas are infrared heat. So this technology takes the natural waves of the sun, takes out the harmful UVs, so it's completely safe, and you're sitting there in this comfortable sauna. Traditionally, when people think of sauna, they get like claustrophobic feeling, or like, I won't be able to breathe. Not in this. You can jack the temperature up, sit there a half hour, you're pouring sweat, detoxifying the body, losing some calories, and you hardly even notice it. You feel so comfortable. I can't wait for you to try it.
Yeah, I'm very excited. So as far as, I've done traditional saunas before, so you're saying the difference is that you don't feel that gasping for air. There's like, is it different? There's not the humidity, is it?
Exactly. It's a dry heat. It's the same technology they use for babies in the hospital. So that's pretty neat to heat them up. It's a deep penetrating heat. It's more effective and faster than traditional saunas at a more comfortable temperature and a comfortable way of being given to you. It goes right into the joints and the muscles, deep penetrating heat. So it's good for joint pain. It can help to slow down or reverse chronic pain with no side effects. All you do again is just sit comfortably in a room. Good for heart conditions, improve circulation. The big thing, and I mentioned it briefly, that people always want to know about this weight loss, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I could just sit here.
Anytime you're going to advertise weight loss without any exercise or dieting needed, like, you've got a great market.
So you're going to lose 300 to 600 calories just sitting there. You're going to boost circulation in your body. So it's pretty neat.
Yeah. And I think, so a lot of, with the holistic therapies, some people believe it, some people don't, some people fall somewhere in the middle. And there's all this talk about, oh, it's releasing toxins, we're detoxifying our bodies. Do you know anything about what actually causes, like, what are these toxins? How do we get them? How do we avoid them?
Well, it's pretty much unavoidable. If you ever have a home that's on a main street, or you park your car on a main street for a day or two, you're going to get a layer of dirt. It's just kicked up constantly. It's in our air. So many allergies, asthmas, things like that are prevalent because, we're breathing in all this stuff. In addition to pollutants, not just secondhand smoke, I think that went by the way in the 90s, they got rid of it, but all these pollutants in the air. As a culture, we do not sweat enough. We're sitting at desks, we're driving a car, we have air-conditioned homes.
Yeah.
We really don't sweat the way our bodies are intended to sweat. This is natural release. Plus, we wear antiperspirants to not sweat, and our bodies are meant to do that. So it's wonderful. You just sit there and your body's releasing things that it didn't get to do maybe all week at work.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to go into the infrared sauna. So Nikki, you, as far as the temperature and time, tell everyone what you gave me.
We start people off between 110 and 120, and you said that you would like to try the higher end, so we went 118 for you. And you were in there a half hour. A traditional sauna, though, the kind that is very suffocating, is about 180 degrees. Wow. So much, much more comfortable here, and you're getting those same benefits, maybe better benefits, deep muscle heat into the muscles. And did you feel uncomfortable or
So it was definitely very hot.
Yes.
In general, I sweat a lot, like genetically my whole family does. So it was one of those things where you really need to get out of your head and just be like, it's fine, I'm sweating a lot because I'm supposed to be.
Yes.
And just being able to kind of, having the magazine in there, I was able to distract myself, and I read a very interesting article about robots in the future. and I had the music going, so I think that that's awesome that you can plug your iPhone in or your phone and play whatever music you want, or you
And we
can
offer
have,
CDs as well.
So now our last and our final treatment, which is the one that I'm sure most of our viewers are most interested in. It is the trendiest thing going on right now in holistic therapies, which is flotation therapy. So would you just tell us a little bit about what is flotation therapy?
Well, basically, flotation therapy is you coming into your own private, in our case, it's a float pool, and you're floating in the perfect temperature water. It's skin temperature, so you're floating in this water. It's about 14 inches deep, only has 1,000 pounds of salt in it.
Wow.
So you are floating. You cannot sink. Your whole body is getting a break from the nervous system. Another layer of that is, because you know how good Epsom salt is, like when you're sore and pain, not only is the body getting the value of the Epsom salt, but our room provides a space that has no radio waves, no electronic stuff going through the air, not even a hum of an outlet coming through your float pool. And if you're comfortable, you can have it completely dark, not an ounce of light, and completely quiet. So back in the day, maybe 30, 40 years ago, they would have called this sensory deprivation, but that sounds awfully scary. And at that time, the technology, and still in many places around here, it's this closed box coffin-like thing. I couldn't do that. I would never do it. No. Ours is a spacious float pool with a glass door that you can see in. When you lay in it, you can have it completely dark and completely quiet, but you'll see when you're in there, we have a control panel. Simply while you're laying there floating, you could put a light on, you could turn the knob and put your music on, or our music on or off, and there's a little button you can call us. And when you're here for a session, you get your own float technician assigned to you. They're sitting out in the lobby area, right? You know, they're one wall away from you. Nice. And you call and say, just want to know you're still there. Or one person was like, I dropped my washcloth, you know, and we're right at your beck and call your whole session.
Yes, because I know there's a lot of apprehension behind people with claustrophobia, or people who weigh more, or they're very, very tall. So tell me a little about the types of bodies you service here.
We are our float pool is wonderful. It's spacious. It's about the size, probably of a full-size bed. So it's about 8 foot by 4.5 feet. I'm horrible with dimensions, but you can lay out end to end like a full star, and you wouldn't be touching any of the walls. Although you can stay, you know, you can just reach out another inch and there it is. We have couples who come in, we have mother-daughters who've come in, we've had best friends, we've had sisters, so 2 people can fit in there comfortably. You would not be touching either. You're right next to each other again, just like a full-size bed. The water is only 14 inches deep. You cannot drown. It's impossible. No matter how much you weigh, that water, the salt is going to keep you buoyant. So even if you sat down and said, you know, try to push me down, we wouldn't be able to. And we have tall clients as well, being that it's so long, you have plenty of space. What's great is it's very spacious, the freedom of the openness, but we have that, we have the ability to make it more closed and quiet for you by shutting those lights off, having the door closed, having the music off.
Yeah, so it's completely customizable to what you want it to be.
Exactly.
So what are some of the benefits of floating?
Well, the benefits of flotation therapy are many. So first and foremost is the physical body. Your whole nervous system, your physical body and your nervous system are getting a break from gravity. You're literally floating. There's not a muscle you have to move to just lay there. So usually gravity is pressing down on us this way. You're just laying and the water's holding you up and life is pressing against that way, and you're just floating like in nirvana. I have 2 wonderful examples for physical. I have a massage therapist who had back surgery. She's a massage therapist of mine at my other place, and she had back surgery 2 years ago. It didn't take. She's got a lot of pain. She floated for the first time 3 weeks ago, came out and said, oh my God, I can walk. I feel like I could dance. Wow. She felt so amazing. Every time I see her, she's like, I can't wait to get back in. And then I have a client, one of my personal massage clients, who called me on a Thursday night, please, Nikki, you have to see me. I can't walk. I'm going on a trip tomorrow. I have work. I said, I'm sorry, I'm working till midnight. I cannot see you. And nobody else was around to take her. And I just said to her, listen, flotation therapy, physical pain, this is what they're saying it's for. You want to give it a try? She calls me the next morning and says, Nikki, 80% improvement from one float.
Wow.
Float, salt, and sauna are all cumulative. You'll get those benefits from the first session, but the more that you do,
Right.
the better it is. 80% from the first time she went to work that day. She's calling me from work. She went on her long trip.
Wow.
I saw her again on Monday. I saw her on Monday or Tuesday to get a massage to finish that up, and all was well.
Wow, that's fantastic.
That is. But it's also good for anxiety, depression, the mental stuff. That break from this constant bombardment of stimuli, it's invaluable.
Fantastic. Well, thank you. And I'm so excited to go try the flotation therapy. So I just finished my 30-minute float, and I can already feel a huge release in my neck and in my back. So when I went in there, it was almost total darkness, but I did have the light below so that we could get it on video. I think if I was going to do this again, the first thing I would do is do total darkness. I was also listening to the ocean sounds, which were really nice, but as I were to progress in making this a regular thing, I think eventually I would opt for no sound at all. And the biggest thing I felt was when I first started laying down, there was a huge pressure in the back of my neck. And I actually had to put my hand behind my head to like relieve some of that, really just focus on releasing. Even though I was floating in the water, I was still very tense, probably for the first 10 to 15 minutes. Then once we got into the last 15 minutes, I was able to relax more, and I definitely felt a lot of cool, like just sensations, almost as though I was laying on a solid surface at some point, and then just a lot of kind of forgetting where I was and being completely somewhere else, which was really cool to have happen in only 30 minutes. I would definitely recommend doing the 60 minutes because by the time I was kind of into it, then my time was up and the light went on and I had to come back out. So I would definitely suggest doing the 60 minutes if you can, and coming and seeing, and I'm very excited to see how this does affect my neck because I hold a lot of stress in my neck and my shoulders. So now we have that release, and I'm excited to see how I feel going into tonight and even tomorrow. I'm hoping the effects will last a little bit longer. So just to wrap it up, I just want to thank Nikki again for welcoming us into this beautiful location. I hope that you will all come in and try some of her amazing services. Until next time, thanks for watching.